What's going on?
Oh, I was looking at World Cup rosters, and I don't usually see I don't see the usual names, which is kind of a surprise. Well, this isn't actually for the Cricket World Cup. This is a separate thing, I think. Yeah, no. The first game that India plays is at 3 a.m. I guess that's what happens when you're playing on the other side of the world.
Yeah, but even then, it's still early.
No, if you're in India, it's noon. That's a noon first pitch.
That's still kind of early.
Well, we know. We had a lot of noon kickoffs.
That's true. Well, you're gonna have to watch a recording, I guess.
No, I'll just watch the highlights afterwards. Yeah, it's in India, that's why.
This is the Experience Podcast with me and someone else.
What's up?
There's here. We're supposed to have one more, and I'm going to leave the door open because they could still show up.
Has that ever happened? Where, someone shows up, in the middle of us recording, and we just keep going?
They have. That's definitely happened. Maybe not recently, but it's definitely happened. So I don't rule it out. But I would rule it out. It's happened before, a couple of times. Maybe once or twice.
Interesting.
But for now, it's just us. I don't know what happened, but
cool.
We'll assume the worst. So, what's going on with you, though? You got the Cricket World Cup. We already talked about that.
Yeah.
You're not going to be watching it because it's going to be way too early for you. At least the first. Yeah. At least the first.
I'll just watch the highlights. At least for the first game. I'm sure future matches will be later, so it is what it is. A 7 p.m. first pitch in India would be about 10 o'clock, 10:30 here, 9:30ish.
Yeah, and that's doable for you.
Yeah, that's doable. It's got to wake up at a reasonable time.
10 o'clock is not a reasonable time?
It is a reasonable time. What are you talking about?
What do you mean you got to wake up at a reasonable time?
Yeah.
Oh, because the other times would not be reasonable. I see. Okay. You made it sound like you were or at least I interpreted it as you're sleeping in super late.
I mean, sometimes I do. It depends.
Maybe, that's what you do. What you got to do. So what else is going on with you?
Very uneven couple of weeks for Georgia Tech football. Obviously, last week was, let's not talk about that. That wasn't good.
What's going on? What does Andrew Thacker have on somebody? Because he keeps getting moved around positions because he doesn't do well.
Look, he did pretty good when he did pretty good after Collins left. I don't disagree with him getting a second chance.
What I'm saying is this is not his second chance. He's had a lot of chances.
Well, you know what I mean. A second chance in the sense of new regime. You usually expect a new head coach to, clean house.
Yeah, and they kept him,
but he didn't.
Which was
he cleaned house on the offensive side, but on the defensive side, he kind of left it intact, except for the fact that he lost his linebackers coach and also his D-line coach.
Yeah, no, I get that, but like he, I don't know, the defense hasn't been good enough for that. So I feel like
Okay,
I'm gonna get fired.
it hasn't
Like,
been consistently good. It hasn't been consistently
okay,
good.
sure. I mean that's how
Because
defense works,
like
but
you saw the Wake Forest game, right? Did you see the Wake Forest game?
yes, I saw most of it.
Oh, I was there.
Okay, well we can't all be at every game. All right.
But dude was the defense did really really good. Like as far as like creating havoc and shit, and like getting to the quarterback.
Sure, but like I think you like especially this year. The defense has been what's let the team down, in my opinion.
It's
The
been a
offense
mixed
has been
bag.
fine.
It's been a
The
mixed
offense has
bag.
been fine.
Yeah. The defense has been a mixed bag, but the offense, I'm pleased with the offense. Like
I mean,
we
it
have a
just feels
quarterback.
like
we have a quarterback who can make
yeah,
throws.
they have real players now. Now that all the skill positions are transfers. Um,
Oh, I was gonna say that Buster Faulkner actually is a better play caller than Dave Patno and Chip Long.
sure, but they also got all new skill position players as transfers this year. Pretty much all of them, right? Maybe a couple are not transfers of the starters.
I mean, Dante Smith is still around. Jamal
That's
Haynes
true, but
was
he
the
doesn't.
freshman.
But Dante Smith isn't really the lead back anymore. Maybe he was like
Jamal
a
Haynes was
freshman.
originally on the roster. Malik Rutherford was originally
Was
on
he?
the
Okay,
roster.
but that's it. All the
Uh,
other guys. What's the guy? What's the tight end's name? Dylan Leonard? Is that
Dylan
him?
Leonard was originally on the roster.
Yeah. All right, so half of them, but that's still a lot of
And
transfers.
what, like 3/5 of the offensive line?
No, the offensive line was on the roster, but they had a couple transfers. But I mean, it's what, two receivers. They got a running back, but he hasn't really played, right?
No, yes. Fred Cooley, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Um,
he's the second.
'Cause
He and
Haynes
Jamal
gets
Haynes
most
have
of the
basically been like
carries.
the 1 and 2. I'd like to see. Hopefully, we'll see Jamie Felix back and some more Dante Smith and Evan Dickens. Apparently, he had a really good spring game. I wonder what they'll do with him.
He's probably gonna redshirt the year or something. It's very confusing especially on the broadcast, when they hear Haynes carries the ball because that's the
Because there's
quarterback's
two
first
Haynes.
name. It's his first name. Luckily, it's not his last name, but it's his
Yeah.
first name and then also the running back's last name. It takes me a second to think about it. I'm like, oh no, that's right. Although the quarterback doesn't really scramble as much, perhaps as
No, he does.
not as much as previous quarterbacks. Is what I'm saying. He does to a certain extent.
He's pretty. I mean, he can run. So basically,
Yeah, but
he
I'm
can
saying he
run. He
chooses not
doesn't
to.
run.
Yeah, no, yeah. I'm saying yeah. It's a choice. I'm not saying you can't.
Yeah, I mean, but they do call a good bit of like they've called like the zone read. They call the zone read and stuff, or the inverted veer. I think I've seen the inverted veer a couple times. You know what I haven't seen is speed option since like what? Yeah, when the last time we ran speed option?
Last
Like
year.
what? None. Last year?
Well, last. Yeah.
No, 2 years ago. 2 years ago.
I can't remember individual play calls. Okay.
But you know the general but you can identify the general concept. You know what I mean?
Yes. Probably. I feel like they did it last year. I don't remember. I think it was a
Nah, they
pattern
ran a
last
lot of
year.
QB power. Like it was either QB power or QB draw.
they did do a lot of draws.
Yeah. But no, like that was a good game. The Wake Forest game.
The Wake Forest. What about last week?
This year. Yeah. It was the week before.
Or 2 weeks before, right? Yeah.
Look, I want to write off last week as a fluke. Just based on what I've seen Brent Key do, like historically, I want to write off Bowling Green as a fluke.
I want to write it off as not a fluke, but sure.
I think it was a fluke. I think it was a fluke, but let's see what they gave us this week. I mean, it's Miami. Nobody likes Miami. And like I think we can.
It's on ESPN.
I think we can win this game. It's on ACC Network, yeah.
At 8:00. Well, so by the time this podcast comes out, the game has already happened. So what was the score?
I think we win, but not by much. I think our offense still can put up points against Miami, and then the defense like barely does enough to like hold off. I'm gonna call it 28-27 Georgia Tech.
So let me pull up. Can you hear something?
What does it sound like?
I don't know. I'm hoping you can't hear the background noise in my house right now. Let me pull up. I'm trying to pull up the spread, but it's not coming up. Okay, that's not it.
The spread is -17.
Is it -7? I'm seeing something else.
When I saw it initially, it was -17 Miami, which was where is it? Where's yeah? So actually, no, it was -20 Miami.
Yeah, I saw -20.5.
20.5. Yeah. No, I think Georgia Tech covers. At the very least, I think Georgia Tech covers.
I don't think
Hell, I think Miami wins. I think Georgia Tech wins.
You already said Miami. We just heard that. It's on the record.
Nah. Georgia Tech covers. At the very least, Miami wins. Georgia Tech covers. But heck, I think Georgia Tech's gonna win.
Yeah, line Miami 20.5.
Yeah, we have the offense to cover that.
I'm telling you, the defense, especially with the little coordinator shakeup, I don't know.
Let's find out. That's the crazy thing about this team. You really never know what to expect. It's like 1 week we'll lose to Bowling Green, and then the next week we'll do something crazy. I mean, look at like 2015. Like 1 week we lost to Penn on the last second field goal, and the next week we won in dramatic fashion. Or like, what's another good one?
Was it maybe something like that last year? Well, I don't remember what it was.
Yeah, last year we lost to UCF, fired Coach Collins, beat Pitt, beat Duke, and for a hot second there, actually could have had control of the ACC.
Yeah, that was circumstances. That was the circumstances around it.
Unfortunately, Jeff Sims then got hurt and wasn't quite the same. And then I don't know what Chip Long was doing.
Yeah, what's Chip Long doing now? How's he doing? Let's look this up. For those for the three people in the entire world that are wondering what's Chip Long doing, he's just an offensive assistant for Louisville right now.
He's not even a coordinator anymore. That sucks. So. Actually, I don't know if I can say that sucks, but he's a defensive analyst. Offensive analyst. What does that mean?
It can mean a number of things. So it could mean like studying playbooks, or not studying game film of the upcoming
Speaking of Louisville,
stuff like that.
Speaking of Louisville, they're undefeated. We lost to them. They've got wins against Indiana, Boston College, and NC State. What do you think they do against Notre Dame? Oh, and they're ranked.
Notre Dame or
Louisville's ranked. What do you think they do against Notre Dame?
Is that this week?
Yep. It's like everything. Like Notre Dame is at 7:30 on ABC. We're at 8 on the ACC network. The Braves are at 6 on TBS.
I mean, I don't think Louisville wins. I don't know what this spread is right now. 6.5?
Listen, Duke almost won against Notre Dame. All right? They almost pull it off. They lost by 7. Who's to say Louisville can't actually overcome them? Say what you will about Jack Plummer versus Riley Leonard at QB, but hey, just saying.
I don't know. I think Notre Dame covers.
Nah.
I think you're being a little optimistic there.
Listen, I don't like. It's like, do I think Notre Dame is overrated? Absolutely. Do I think Sam Hartman is a great quarterback? Also, yes. That being said, is it possible? Absolutely. But also, why are you surprised?
Surprised by what?
That I'm so optimistic?
Oh, yeah. No, I'm not surprised. Who said it?
I mean, you marched with me for 4 years, for crying out loud. 4?
Was it 4 years? Yeah,
4 years. 4 years. 2016, 2017, 2018, and then you just stuck around in 2019.
Yeah, but
Did you graduate during COVID?
Yeah, I did.
Shit.
Well, I did and I didn't, right? My first graduation, I didn't. Or I graduated before COVID.
Or did you go back to grad school?
Yeah, I got a master's in my 5th year.
That's what I thought.
And,
I was wondering. I was like, did you go back to grad school? That makes sense now.
I did.
But yeah, I think. So what is the spread for? When we did the picks from the Rumble seat thing pool, they had the spread at Notre Dame 6.5.
Or Notre Dame.
No, I'm talking about Notre Dame. But yeah, their spread was Miami minus 20 and Notre Dame minus 6.5. Oh yeah, they also have UGA minus 15 against Kentucky. Even though UGA looked kind of weak against Auburn.
No, that'll be fine. That'll be fine.
Also, what's up with Bama this year?
They're doing.
It's like they're minus 3.5 against Texas A&M, and they don't have a quarterback.
Well, there's.
Or at least not one that is that they've allowed to sink or swim. No, now that I mentioned that, if there's one complaint against a multi-quarterback system, it's that. You gotta let a quarterback sink or swim. You know what I mean?
How did that work for Jeff Sims though?
He sank.
Okay. Sure. Well, you got a new job. Well, paid, but,
to be fair, like he came out looking solid.
This year?
No, when we got him, like he actually came out looking good, and then he just I don't know, stalled. I don't know if I call that him sinking or the coaching staff failing to develop him or play to his strengths.
I mean, it was probably both.
Or the fact that he could stay healthy. How much is that?
That's true. He's hurt again this year.
What did he hurt this time?
Let's see. I saw he got hurt.
Sucks.
I don't know. I can't find it. You know what? And he might even lose his starting job when he comes back.
As long as he gets his degree, he'll be fine.
What did he hurt?
I'm saying.
Well, he'll get his degree.
If he stayed at Tech, he would definitely be fine.
See if it says it here.
If it was his ankle, that sucks. It was his ankle.
Was it? I am struggling to find this.
Yeah, it was his ankle.
Let me tell you, Google, can you make this easier to find? Because I've been this whole time. How long has it been? Like 2 minutes? And I can't find it.
Switch to DuckDuckGo.
Well, it's not even Google. It's all these articles that they don't even tell me.
Yeah, no, it was his ankle.
I found it. By the way, it was his ankle. He hurt his ankle. I'm just letting you know. I don't know if you found that information, but I just found it.
Yeah, ankle injuries are not fun. I think even his freshman year he injured his ankle. It's part of like how much of it is like he injured his ankle and that like made him suck, and how much of it is he got coached out of being aggressive.
Yeah, coached out of being aggressive. I don't think he got coached out of being aggressive. I think he's sort of always struggled with like accuracy and.
I figure accuracy you can teach.
I would say also like maybe pocket presence, like he can get out of a jam, but he doesn't see it happening until very late in the process, I guess is what I mean. Like he holds on to the ball too long, and maybe that's the offense or whatever, but still.
That's something you can teach.
I know. I'm not saying you can't. I'm just saying those were his problems.
Yeah, that's fair.
Those were the things he needed to work on.
Yeah, like I feel like you can teach accuracy. You can teach pocket presence to an extent. Some of it is instinctual. Look at Tom Brady. What else? You got to be able to teach progressions. You can't teach arm strength. You can't really teach speed. You can teach good mechanics, but you can't teach arm strength.
I mean, you can build arm strength too, to a certain extent. But I don't think that was an issue. His arm strength was fine. That was probably his best quality.
Well, he wasn't accurate on the deep throws. I think I mentioned this at some point, but like, whenever I saw him play, like, whenever he threw deep, like he always threw a howitzer. Like he had the arm, but he always threw like a laser.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Are you saying that he needs to sort of refine his approach based on the throw?
Specifically throw with touch.
Yeah. That's probably also me. Look, he's got some things to work on.
But dead serious, like I really like this upside. Still, I like his game.
Everyone loved his upside. That's why he was such a highly kind of touted prospect.
Yeah.
But he's done.
Well,
he's on a new team, and now he might not even be the starter anymore. So.
I think we can both agree that we're gonna call that stalled development.
Oh yeah, I don't think Georgia Tech did a great job with that. Because I think even last year I was talking to whoever, maybe it was you. I was like, he looks like, maybe it was Chase actually. I was like, he looks like the same guy you did, 2 years ago or whatever.
Yeah.
I think it just doesn't. You would hope after like 3 years being the starter, or after 2 years, let's say, being the starter, that he would have developed more than he did, and he just kind of looks like the same guy.
I mean, look, man did a good job with Chris Winkie did a good job with at least out the gate did a good job with Zach Pyron so far, and also like Haynes King looks good. I don't know how much of that is he's gotten P5 burn and how much of that is he's working with Chris Winkie, but Haynes King looks good.
Yeah, I mean, he's also like a real quarterback.
Sure.
Like you said, he's played in college football plenty. Well, again,
we got some.
Jeff Sims has too. I don't know.
We also got some guy named Aaron Philo coming in. Apparently, he looks really good.
I haven't looked at who's coming in. I mean, like we said, we obviously would have loved if Jeff Sims worked out, but.
Yeah, seeing him forced to transfer kind of hurt. But hey, like, we got Zach Pyron. He could be Josh Allen. He's got some Josh Allen upside to him, in the sense of like I think that's what his game translates to. And Haynes King is doing good. I don't know how many years of eligibility he's got left, but he's gonna give us he's giving us some good quarterback play. Really good quarterback play.
Pull up the recruiting list. Yeah.
So he got burned in 28. He got burned in 2020. I think he redshirted, and then he played in 2021. He played in 2022, and then he transferred here. So I think he's got 2 years left. He's got 2 years left. Zach Pyron technically still has all 4 years left.
Yeah, but I mean, is he going to start next year?
I think we're stuck for a little while.
You think Pyron's going to start next year? Or does King?
No, he's probably gonna become full-time starter. That's gonna be interesting. I wonder what's gonna happen to Zach Pyron. I like his game. I don't know. I think he might be able to push Haynes King for a starter job. He might. We'll see.
I haven't seen a ton of him. Obviously he played a little bit 2 years ago, right?
Last year.
last year, whatever 2 years. By 2 years ago I meant last year. But it was fine.
You sound like my karate instructor.
Hey. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Alright, I mean, that's kind of Georgia Tech football, which we went on for a while, actually. Do you have anything else you wanted to talk about? We could still wait for the other guest.
I mean, what are they going to end the conversation? I wonder. Besides, aren't you hungry?
Me?
I'm not just hungry for a W, but just, did you have dinner yet?
I did.
Yeah, I still gotta eat dinner. It is what it is.
We'll let you go eat because for the listeners, it's getting a little late for him. As far as eating, and he's got to be up in a few hours for the cricket match. So.
Oh, I'm not watching. I'm playing Frisbee next. I'm playing Frisbee tomorrow morning.
All right. Thank you for coming on.
Anytime.